everybody, it's the morning after. I just wanted to remind everybody what actually we're doing here with the VaxXed bus. Many of you have seen the movie, VaxXed movie, and you know what that's about. Fraud, CDC, William Thompson, MMR, facts. So then we go out with this RV bus. It's an old RV bus. There's nothing smart about it. But it does us proud. And our mission here on the VaxXed bus is to tell the stories, to give people a voice. People for so long, parents and people that are injured, have had no voice, and even though they've been trying to tell their story, no one's really been listening to us and what happened. My personal mission is, I have a son who's 20, and I know a lot of you know the story, but I don't want anybody else to suffer like Billy has suffered. I don't want the family, siblings, or the parents, and the divorces, and the financial, and it's not meant to be, and it's preventable. And so the whole mission, all these names here on the bus, have a story, a heartbreaking story behind them. And just take yesterday, for example. This is Chris, and Chris died aged 21 after her third Gardasil. Her mother lives on her own. Chris was her daughter, and she's heartbroken. She's a broken soul. Her story is tragic, but most importantly, preventable. So all of these names here, all these RIPs you see all around the bus, their stories are so important, they matter. And so our mission is nothing more on this bus than to gather the parents. They come to us and they tell us their story. They show us how they're living. They tell us about what their life is like, their fears for the future. And that's why it's so important. This bus is so important. So that's what's so upsetting about last night. I literally feel like I've lost a friend, because IKEA, I'm a huge fan of IKEA. It's European. We kitted our houses out in it. I just love it. So I feel really betrayed by IKEA, because what happened last night is it was nothing to do with anything other than them making the decision that they didn't want to be associated with VaxXed, because VaxXed was bad for business. Now, the scene was, we had the reason why we were in IKEA car park is because the bus was very late. We were stuck in terrible traffic. We'd spent a lot of time with Emily, Chris's mom, talking about this amazing story and tragic story of what happened to the beautiful 21-year-old Chris. And the traffic, as I said, was bad. So we got a call that the people who had been waiting for us since 4 o'clock had decided to go and shop in IKEA. So it made sense for us to drive into the car park and pick their customers, our people, up. And we parked. IKEA's entrance was one way. We were right at the other side of the car park. Car park was empty, all but a few cars of the people that had come to tell their stories. So it was pretty much looked like it was closed, because there was literally no one there. We weren't blocking anyone, we weren't speaking to anyone. We parked the bus up, and what happened was there's a lot of parents and a lot of stories of people desperate to come on the bus and tell their story. So that's what happened, and we tried to get through it as quickly as possible, because we were aware that there were lots of young children there. And then the next minute we knew is that somebody said the police were being called. So, you saw the next bit on Periscope, the police arrived. And I made the decision that I was going to stay on the bus and continue to tell these stories, because nothing is going to stop us telling these stories. Nothing is going to, no IKEA or anybody else. So I was aware that the police had arrived, and then the police, the IKEA manager or whatever she was there with her arms flailing. I have no idea what she said, but the police came over to the truck and said, you need to leave. IKEA don't want you here. That we were bad for business and that we were trespassing. So I explained that we had these families with physically and mental disabilities, and that's the kind of a word to speak to, I feel like, people who don't understand what we're talking about in the short term. And you could quite clearly see that there was some very injured children there, and it was slight chaos, and they'd been waiting a long time. So I asked the police if we could just have some time to explain to our parents, and ask them where we could go, and they said that if we didn't leave, then there would be some arrests. So of course we said, of course we'll leave. And of course then there was chaos with the crying children, and so I helped a mother get her babies into the car, and we went over to a new place. But the sadness of this is that how quickly it was judged, how quickly the manager came out and decided for whatever reason that we were a threat or that we needed to leave. They were literally, the truth is, the parents that were there were customers of IKEA. Maybe in a small way, many of them were eating the ice creams from IKEA and some had bought bigger purchases. We were far away and they hadn't even assessed the situation. I hadn't even tried to see what it is that we were doing. So for that respect, IKEA, I'm deeply disappointed in you. You upset a lot of parents, and these parents are vulnerable and have a hard life as it is. So yeah, I'm deeply disappointed, and I won't be shopping there ever again. And I know many of you have started the hashtag boycott IKEA, and quite frankly, IKEA, you deserve it, because you didn't take the time. You didn't take the time to talk to the parents or see that there were vulnerable children there, see that there were non-verbal children in diapers, that they were distressed. You didn't take the time and you didn't care, and so therefore, IKEA, you don't deserve our business. And quite frankly, you have just messed with a great majority of this country right now, because vaccine injury is huge. And I know that the manager of IKEA has reached out to us. I've put a call into her, so I'm expecting her call back. I'll let you know how that goes. And we're open, we forgive, we move on, but you made a big mistake and you upset a lot of people, and for that, right now, I'm very disappointed in you. So that really is the update of what happened last night. Please don't forget what this bus is about. It is about recording stories, listening to the stories. We don't pretend to be anything other than we are, but every single name on this bus has a tragic story, and every single name on this bus, everything could have been prevented. These could be amazing citizens of America putting back into society what they were supposed to put back into society. Instead, what you have here is huge damage on individuals, huge heartache and huge pain. And it's not okay. None of this is okay, and we're going to keep continuing until we put a stop to this. So on behalf of everybody, every name that's written on this bus, and every name that's written on the inside, and every parent of a vaccinated child, IKEA, we're deeply disappointed in you. So, oh, IKEA's actually right there. We were literally parked on the outside of it, so shame on you, IKEA. IKEA have turned away people who've come a long way to tell their story.
Right, we've been waiting. What time is it? I don't even know.
How long have you been waiting?
7.
It's okay, it's okay.
Summer, pick up Roth, please. Yeah, he's just, kids with autism can't wait.
And you see over there, and then tune in over there by the police, you'll see that IKEA are still complaining and still asking.
That's really cool. It should scare you. Don't cry. I'm a child. Alright, Debbie can't take anymore, so we're going to find our car, wherever that is. Can I help? Is there someone I need to hold?
Where is your car?
I don't know. Where were we first? Wherever the bus first was, that's where our car is. Right over here. Okay, then we're over this way somewhere.
He's crying because you want to go on the bus.
We are going to go on the bus, honey, but we have to move, and then we'll wait again.
IKEA did this. IKEA causes chaos, made the children cry, upset the parents, upset the children. IKEA.
We have to. We're going to
Bloody shocking.
and then follow
Disgraceful behaviour, IKEA. We're done with you.